This is macOS Ken.
Small but important updates for everything, an inexplicable message of hope for the supply chain, and Apple moves to fight AirTag stalking. It is Friday, the 11th of February, 2022. I'm Ken Ray, and this is news from macOS Ken, brought to you by yours truly and sponsored by New Relic, helping you monitor, debug, and improve your entire stack. Learn more and get started at newrelic.com/macOSKen. This show is also sponsored by Kandji, device management for your Apple environment. Is your business moving from a few people to a few more people to where'd all these people come from? If your tech team's having trouble outfitting and maintaining the Apple hardware with which your workers are working, it is time to check out Kandji. With Kandji, a new Mac can be ready for your new hire quickly and easily, with all the apps and settings that they need. Devices managed by Kandji keep themselves secure. Apps are patched, macOS is updated, and security controls are enforced without active management from admins. Of course, it's not making those decisions by itself. You decide how soon after release updates get updated. Kandji lets you do that without having to deal with individual users or their machines. And if anybody changes anything they shouldn't, Kandji detects it and fixes it, saving you time and trouble. Go to kandji.io/macOSKen for a free demo and trial. KANDJI, that's kandji.io/macOSKen. Find out why companies like Allbirds, Lacework, Segment, and others use Kandji for zero-touch Apple device management. KANDJI. Again, that is kandji.io/macOSKen. Your free demo and trial are waiting at kandji.io/macOSKen. It was a day of small but important updates for Apple Gear on Thursday. A piece from Engadget had Apple releasing X.X.X updates for iOS, iPadOS, macOS, and watchOS. While each brought fixes and tweaks specific to their platforms, each had one thing in common: a fix for what Engadget calls a major web security flaw. Addressing an issue in Webkit, the piece says specially crafted websites can take advantage of a use after free bug, that is referencing memory after it's freed for use, to run arbitrary code on your device. This isn't a theoretical exercise either. Apple said there was at least one report of the vulnerability being actively exploited before a patch was ready. Now it is ready and turning up in iOS and iPadOS 15.3.1, macOS Monterey 12.2.1, and watchOS 8.4.2. But wait, there's more. In addition to the Webkit fix, Apple's release notes tell of another issue addressed for iPhone and iPad. Notes for both updates, because they are totally different operating systems, say each fixes an issue that may cause Braille displays to stop responding. We had heard earlier this week that the macOS 12.3 beta addressed an issue that was causing some sleeping Macs to lose power thanks to a problem with Bluetooth peripherals. Well, since they were fixing the security thing anyway, the company seems to have decided there was no point in waiting. Mac Rumors says that issue was addressed with Thursday's release of macOS Monterey 12.2.1. As for what the watchOS update did, you tell me. All Apple's release notes say is that watchOS 8.4.2 includes security updates and bug fixes for your Apple Watch. Collect them all, or don't say you did. We'll never know. An encouraging headline from Bloomberg on Thursday. That said, world's largest iPhone assembler says part shortages are easing. encouraging. Then you read the story and wonder a couple of things. First, what makes them think so? And second, why couldn't you leave well enough alone and just be happy with the headline? It was James Wu, a spokesman for Han High Precision Industry, you can call him Foxconn, who offered the encouraging words. There will be a major improvement in part shortages in the first quarter, read the report, with overall supply constraints set to ease in the second half, according to Mr. Wu. The only problem with the report is the rest of it. Bloomberg reminds readers that TSMC and other semiconductor companies have indicated chip supply will remain tight throughout 2022. That's forced car makers, including Ford and Toyota, to warn of ongoing impact to their business. Han Hai's Wu also indicated that power management chips are still on the hard-to-get list. Bloomberg had him indicating that his company is striving to minimize the impact from supply chain challenges. But, it's going to be great. Statista is out with numbers on the U.S. headphone market. The tracker of stats put out a short blurb with a pretty chart on Thursday. Apple owns half of it. Apple's dominance of the space is down to a couple of things: its purchase of Beats in 2014 and the introduction of AirPods in 2016. On the AirPods, Statista says, while many were impressed with the technology behind Apple's first true wireless headphones, their design drew a lot of criticism, and the internet was having a field day cracking jokes about the headphones' looks, price, and overall appeal. 5 years later, it's clear that Apple is getting the last laugh once again, as AirPods, now in their third generation, are quite possibly the most popular headphones on the planet. I saw a tweet the other day from the Ramal Media. It said in part, "You don't actually need an Apple Watch until you have one." I kind of agree, and that is also where I am personally on AirPods. When they came out, the price seemed crazy to me, the look seemed stupid to me, and I am currently on my second pair. The piece has Wedbush analyst Daniel Ives estimating that by themselves, AirPods are a $20 billion a year business. Statista gives Apple a 34.4% share of the U.S. headphone market. That is followed by Apple's subsidiary Beats with a 15.3% share. And there is your just under 50%. Apple is working to make stalking by AirTag harder to do. Engadget says the Cupertino company published an update on AirTag and unwanted tracking on Thursday. After addressing the seriousness of the issue, as well as some of the innocent or accidental ways a person might get a "you're being followed" type notification, Apple listed a few plans for fighting the problem. Among them, warning during AirTag setup that using the device to track people without their knowledge is a crime in a lot of places, and that Apple might have to tell authorities who they are if asked. The company plans to tweak the on-screen messaging, differentiating between an unknown accessory detected and a pair of AirPods detected. The company has also updated its unwanted tracking support article with more granular info about how devices and the Find My network work. It's also added links to resources individuals can use if they feel their safety is at risk, such as the National Network to End Domestic Violence and the National Center for Victims of Crime. The company also promises a series of updates later this year. Those include precision finding, letting users of iPhone 11, 12, and 13 locate an unknown AirTag exactly, display alert with sound. Rather than just a beeping, an alert will also be displayed on a potential victim's iPhone, iPad, or iPod Touch. Apple says this will help in cases where the AirTag may be in a location where it's hard to hear, or if the AirTag speaker has been tampered with. They're also refining their unwanted tracking alert logic and tuning AirTag's sound. No word on when those updates will be out. One hopes they won't be iOS 16 editions, since that probably won't be out for another 8 months. More news in a moment, but first a word from New Relic, helping you monitor, debug, and improve your entire stack. If you're a software engineer, this has probably happened to you. It's 9 p.m. You're finally unwinding from work. Your phone buzzes with an alert. Something's broken, and your mind's already wondering what it could be. Is it back-end or front-end? Is it the server? Is it something you accidentally did? Now the whole team's scrambling from tool to tool and messaging person after person to find and fix the issue. That will not happen with New Relic. New Relic combines 16 different monitoring products that you would normally buy separately, so engineering teams can see across their entire software stack in one place. With New Relic, you can pinpoint issues down to the line of code, so you know exactly why the problem happened and how to take care of it quickly. That's why the developer and ops teams at Postman, DoorDash, Atlassian, and more than 14,000 other companies use New Relic to debug and improve their software. The next 9 p.m. call is just waiting to happen. Get New Relic before it does. And you can get access to the whole New Relic platform and 100 gigabytes of data free forever, no credit card required. Sign up at newrelic.com/macOSken. NEWRELIC. That's newrelic.com/macOSken. newrelic.com/macOSken. A story today that might make you feel 8% better about Cellebrite, maybe. I told you earlier this week about what a friend Cellebrite has in the U.S. government. According to the Israeli phone-busting company's own filing with the Securities and Exchange Commission, over 2,800 of its customers hold positions in the U.S. org chart. That's the power to snoop on iPhones and Android phones, all up and down the ladder, from 14 of the 15 U.S. cabinets, all the way down to the local popo. Here's the good news. A piece from 9to5Mac says Cellebrite's current hardware is not quite as powerful as it used to be. The site says it's learned that Cellebrite hardware sold to customers cannot unlock an iPhone. Of course, if authorities have somebody against a wall, figuratively or literally, and force that someone to unlock their phone for them, 9to5Mac says Cellebrite's hardware can still perform full data extraction from the unlocked phone. Cellebrite itself can still break into locked iPhones, by the way. According to the report, Cellebrite's business was significantly disrupted last year when secure messaging service Signal managed to get its hands on the company's kit. Signal managed to crack the software and work out how to place a file on an iPhone that would prevent data extraction. So now it seems Cellebrite is keeping its most valuable know-how to itself. If you want to unlock an iPhone, says 9to5Mac, you have to send it to the company, paying a fee of $4,000 per device. The company calls this Cellebrite Advanced Services, or CAS. While the company's website implies that CAS is limited to law enforcement agencies, the site says it is told that private sector customers can still use it. See? Don't you feel 8% better? Maybe. If you've been wondering what became of Apple's plans for PrimePhonic, you may have an answer soon. Apple acquired, then shut down the streaming classical music service PrimePhonic in September of 2021. When it did, it offered PrimePhonic customers 6 months of Apple Music for free. The company also said then Apple Music plans to launch a dedicated classical music app next year, combining PrimePhonic's classical user interface that fans have grown to love with more added features. 5 months later, giving folks 6 months of Apple Music, might be reason enough to think that we would see something out of the acquisition around now. Then there was the hint from the Android side. Cult of Mac ran a piece this week about an unreleased Apple classical service that appeared in a new Apple Music beta for Android. 9 to 5 Google actually found a reference to a whole new Apple classical app in the Apple Music beta. The piece says the string reveals the name Apple Classical and the upcoming ability to open a compatible track directly in the optimized service. One more reason to think the Primephonic successor might make the scene soon. Folks in the know say Apple is planning another socially distanced product event in the near future. Folding the music offering in with other announcements would certainly make sense. And finally today, what is cooler than an Apple TV Plus series with Ben Mendelsohn? My hope is it's an Apple TV Plus series with Ben Mendelsohn and Juliette Binoche. The Cupertino streamer issued a press release Thursday announcing just such a show. The series is called The New Look. Apple says it's an epic thriller set against the World War II Nazi occupation of Paris, when Coco Chanel's reign as the world's most famous fashion designer ends and Christian Dior rises, helping return spirit and life to the world with his groundbreaking, iconic imprint of beauty and influence that will go on to define generations to come. Mendelsohn plays Dior, Binoche plays Chanel. It'll be shot in Paris, and I am so there for this show. When it premieres, and no telling when that'll be. macOS Can, brought to you by me and sponsored by Kandji, device management for your Apple environment. Learn more at kandji.io/macOScan. This show is also sponsored by New Relic, helping you monitor, debug, and improve your entire stack. Learn more and get started at newrelic.com/macOScan. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media. Online at backbeatmedia.com. You can reach me a couple of ways. Info at macoscan.com or call 716-780-4080. Until next time, that is news from macOS Ken. I'm Ken Ray.
Ciao.